Next on Worcester News Tonight, the Red Cross issues an alert. There's an emergency need for blood donations right now. Plus, hot weather and little rain in sight. Is Worcester headed for the city's worst drought in decades? Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Andy Lacombe. An emergency call for blood donors tonight. The American Red Cross says they are thousands of units short, and this is the time around the 4th of July holiday when many of their regular donors are away on vacations and unable to give blood. In Worcester, the Red Cross is getting the word out about the critical need. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
Every 2 seconds, someone in the country needs blood. And right now, the American Red Cross is 39,000 units short. Tuesday, the organization issued an emergency need for blood donations.
We always like to have a 5-day supply of blood on hand so that we're prepared for any type of emergency that could arise.
Katie Lawler, the account manager at the Worcester Blood Donation Center, says it's important that the hospitals are already stocked with blood when patients arrive.
So that there's no lag time in getting it to the patients right away.
The American Red Cross says the summer months and holidays are the toughest to get donations due to regular donors' vacation plans.
Over the 4th of July weekend, we experienced an even larger shortage than expected.
The Red Cross is extending hours at many donation sites to attract more donors.
I feel like I'm helping a lot more people giving than doing nothing and sitting at home.
Just knew there was a need and had some free time, so came in today.
So many of us will need blood at some point in our lifetime that it's just a really wonderful gift that you can give.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Donors with all blood types are needed. The Worcester Blood Donation Center says it's best to schedule an appointment, and there's more information on their website, redcrossblood.org. Less than 2 weeks after being part of a sit-in on the House floor, Worcester Congressman James McGovern renews his call for action on gun control. McGovern, making a speech on the House floor Tuesday, he again asked for debate on bipartisan bills to strengthen background checks and limit who can buy a gun. McGovern also attacked a Republican bill he says is backed by the National Rifle Association.
But what they're not going to tell you is that all the loopholes still exist. So it doesn't matter what this bill purports to do. You can still be on the terrorist watch list and go online and buy a gun. You can still be on the terrorist watch list and not be able to fly and go to a gun show and buy a gun. It's pathetic that the loopholes in the background checks in our laws continue to be unaddressed. And all we're trying to do.
Friends and family gather in Milford to remember a teenager killed in a car accident. Hundreds attended 2 vigils tonight honoring 19-year-old Jacqueline Gray. Our Michael Rosenfield has more.
At St. Mary's Church in Milford, where the Gray family has deep roots, the community came together Tuesday night to honor the 19-year-old killed in a devastating car crash.
Jackie was the type of girl that if you had a young daughter, you would want your daughter to be like Jackie. She was that special.
Jackie Gray was a freshman at Quinnipiac University, on the dean's list and a cheerleader for the hockey team. She grew up in Milford, where she's remembered as an outstanding student, a role model, and a longtime dancer.
This is amazing for Ron, my husband, and Ryan and myself in terms of the love and the feelings that have come out in the last couple of days.
At the high school, former classmates at Milford High also came together Tuesday evening for a silent vigil to honor their friend.
Don't let her life be wasted. Take this. This is what I need you to do. Promise me, please, especially the younger people in this crowd, use her as a role model.
Gray was killed in a car crash Sunday night. 6 teens, including Jackie's brother, had just left JJ's ice cream shop in Upton. They were on their way to the Milford fireworks when the driver tells police she was having problems controlling the car, and they crashed. Everyone survived with minor injuries, except Jackie.
We have to try and be strong and keep the faith, help these kids grow with this, learn from it, move on, understand that accidents do happen.
Michael Rosenfield reporting tonight. In other news, there are big dreams in Worcester as lottery players in our area are hoping today will be their lucky day. The Mega Millions jackpot is $454 million. It's one of the largest jackpots in U.S. history. We caught up with a few players. Some say they're not regulars, but they couldn't let this week's jackpot pass them by.
I don't know. You know, I haven't thought that far. What's the odds of winning? You know, but it's the gamble. That's what you're looking for. The chase.
I'll probably pay off all my debt. Just graduate from college, you know, get that taken care of, you know, hopefully take care of my parents, and then, you know, save the rest. Who knows what'll happen, but it's a ton of money, so why not?
Excellent.
There is a winner tonight, and you chose the one-time cash payout. It would be an estimated $319 million before taxes. Pretty good payday. This week's hot and humid forecast has officials urging folks to stay cool and conserve water. Forecast is good for your typical summer activities like a trip to the beach or your local ice cream parlor. But as our Andy Madison shows us, it has the area in the midst of a drought, and it could get worse unless more rain falls soon.
So far, it's been a great summer to be outside.
Hard to get around without sunglasses.
I was a teacher. I was outside all of June, so it was great.
Sunny days, warm weather, and not much rain. But the dry conditions are squeezing water supply and water levels.
The French River is getting very low, which is usually not a good sign.
In Webster, residents are being urged to save water.
We're going to have to watch it very closely and see if we do have to move to the mandatory use restriction stage.
In Worcester, the drought is on pace to reach historic levels. The city is in Stage 1 drought restrictions and could move to Stage 2 later this week. The reservoirs are currently at 76% capacity, 20% below where they normally are this time of year. And if dry conditions continue, the daily usage of water in the city could jump to 30 million gallons.
In the winter, we're using 22 million gallons a day, and in the summer, we're using 26 million gallons a day. That difference is really lawn watering for the most part.
Water and Sewer Operations Director Phil Guerin says the city's reservoirs are at their lowest levels for this time of the year since the late 1990s. It might prompt Worcester to ask residents to limit watering lawns to every other day. Those restrictions are already in place in towns like Sturbridge. Residents are being urged to conserve water.
Just pay more attention to their lawn watering and start cutting back, because we are going to be in that Stage 2 shortly.
More hot weather in the forecast this week is raising concerns throughout central Massachusetts. And without significant rain, Worcester could experience their worst drought in decades. Andy Madison, Worcester News Tonight.
Police are identifying the victim of a fatal car accident in Southborough this weekend. 20-year-old Matthew O'Leary of Framingham died Sunday night. Police say O'Leary was traveling at a high rate of speed when he swiped another vehicle in the area of Framingham Road. According to investigators, his vehicle crossed the center line on Marlborough Road and hit a pickup truck. The driver of the pickup truck suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The Worcester County Sheriff's Department creates a special program to help combat substance abuse within prison walls. The intensive program is the only one of its kind in Massachusetts. Our Olivia Lemon got an inside look at the program.
I'm trying to become the best person that I can be when I get out.
Antoine Stevenson admits an alcohol problem is a big reason why he's in jail. The inmate at the Worcester County House of Corrections is part of the Substance Abuse Treatment Opportunity Program.
I can't even explain it. It's just so, it's a good place to be, and it's a good chance to get things right because I'm so young.
Stevenson is 24 years old and has 3 children. He says after his father was shot and killed in January, he realized he needed to do something to better his life. The STOP program is voluntary. Sheriff Lou Evangelitis says the 36 participants have to earn their way into the program.
We screen people very closely, and we believe the people we get down there are the ones who are most likely to utilize the program in a positive way and turn their lives around.
Evangelitis says 90% of people in jail are drug addicts, and about half are likely to recommit a crime after getting out. The STOP program's recidivism rate is only about 20%.
We transition them into other programming so it continues. They want that as well.
Corey Garrigan was eligible for parole but decided to stay in jail because he wanted to complete the STOP program. He says the program has taught him how to understand why he committed the crimes.
If I leave now and I don't learn everything that STOP has to offer, I'm taking a huge chance of coming back.
The START program actually made me work on myself, and that was the big thing.
40-year-old Michael Harris is a graduate of the STOT program. He has been sober for more than a year and says when he gets out of jail, he plans on going to the University of Connecticut to get his bachelor's degree.
I'm done with the whole drug life and the crime situation. I'm too old for it.
I want to change my life in a positive direction and not worry about revenge or partying and drinking.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
Also today, 16 inmates at the Worcester County House of Corrections graduated from the Bridges to College program. The program prepares inmates for college entry and the workforce. Sheriff Lou Evangelitis says the training helps them prepare for employment and a productive lifestyle. The program includes manufacturing, industrial readiness training, teaching things like how to read blueprints and use computer programs. The president of Mount Wachusett says education can transform someone's life.
We see over and over again people who heretofore have not had an opportunity to all of a sudden blossom. And this is the first step. So listening to the inmates talk about how important this program is to them and what they learn, it's what life is all about, giving back.
Program is made possible with a grant from the Massachusetts Department of Higher Education. Of course, the County Corrections works with the Mount Wachusett Community College in that program. Good news for drivers returning from or maybe heading out on a vacation this week. AAA Northeast reports gas prices in Massachusetts dropped 4 cents. The average of self-serve regular unleaded is $2.21 per gallon. AAA says prices have gone down since Memorial Day, but prices in the Bay State are 6 cents lower than the